wow, I like the title of this video. So I'm going to check it out. It is called Epidemic of Trash Black Content Creators. I will say that is an edgy title. And you can see who's here. And these are like, honestly, the three top ones. And they're more part of the entertainment. So let's watch this here.
Stop giving these Negroes a platform!
Okay, who do we have? Let's start out. Gideon. I don't know much about him. Not gonna lie, the jacket's fucking tough.
Stop giving...
Isn't this just Soldier Boy? Oh God, I don't know if Soldier Boy's a content creator. I think he's just a rapper. And he just happens to stream now, I guess.
These...
Who's this guy? Excuse me. I know of him, but I don't know what he exactly does. I think he just streams and like kind of talks and plays games and reacts to stuff. Deep voice guy.
Negro...
Speed. He's a real guy, but I don't know how long I could have a conversation with him. I'm not saying he's unintelligent. I don't know much about him, and that's the thing. Is like we don't know much about these people.
A platform.
Kai Cenat's a straight up dude. I will say Kai Cenat's straight. I will say, like, of these guys, I think Kai's the most intelligent. Kai and I'm being serious, Soldier Boy is probably second in terms of like pure game. The people who know how things work. Definitely Kai Cenat gets it. He started from nothing and came all the way up, and he gets how things work. I'd say Kai's pretty smart. Let's see what this guy's to say.
Sick of niggas. Y'all heard this quote before? At the cost of something being
educational and enlightening for a collectively oppressed culture, entertainment from the oppressed will further darken that casted veil and the illusion of progression and autonomy. Let's break down this quote. At the cost of something being educational and enlightening for a collectively oppressed culture. Cost of something being educational and enlightening. At the cost. So there's a cost for education and enlightenment for the oppressed. And that cost is... it will darken the veil in the illusion of progression and autonomy. Darken the veil in the illusion of... damn, dude, this is hard to digest. I'm not going to lie. At the cost of something being educational and enlightening for a collectively oppressed culture, entertainment from the oppressed will further... oh, okay. So he's saying... entertainment... I'm sorry. I'm thinking right... like, as you're watching this, I'm thinking. At the cost of something being educational and enlightening, entertainment from the oppressed... yeah, so he's talking about the quote is saying, fuck, I'm having a hard time speaking. Entertainment is the downfall of progression and autonomy for the oppressed, is another way to say that. That was really hard for me to think through.
Educational and enlightening for a collectively oppressed culture, entertainment from the oppressed will further darken that casted veil in the illusion of progression and autonomy. If you haven't heard it before, it's because I made it up. Where black people were largely stereotyped and wanted to become rappers and basketball players have now morphed their ambitions into becoming gamers and streamers. And still rappers. And ballers still. Now I know you see your AMPs and your Gideons and iShow Speeds and think, that's so fun, I want to spend all my time watching that, or I want to aspire to be that. And is that a bad thing? Not necessarily, no. But is it a good thing?
Take the phone away from this nigga.
Hell no. Ignoring the fact that none of these guys are actually influential, they're actually bad influences.
Yeah, so I've thought about this before. Damn. I don't really want any beef with any of these guys, but the odds they watch my video are slim anyway. But I will say, becoming famous because you're entertaining takes a lot of the value out of what you have to say in general, as opposed to someone who's gained a following for being intellectual or insightful or allows you to understand things better about your spirit or who you are as a person. Like, if you take the two people are going to listen to one over the other, and people are going to laugh and joke at the other. over, the first one. You know what I mean? And I think that he's grouping most famous black content creators into the category of those that just entertain and have damn near nothing insightful to say, which is low-key fair. Now, he's covering black content creators because he wants black people to succeed. I'd assume this guy's black himself. I have no idea. But it's because, like, of course there's white content creators that do the same shit, where it's like, but white people aren't necessarily oppressed, at least right now. I'd argue that they're not. So if you want to look good, you should educate and be insightful. But that doesn't make money. So, where's the motivation? Where's the drive to play devil's advocate, Let's keep watching.
Why are they bad influences?
First of all,
they're actually influential. They're actually bad influences.
I know this is the mom, Chloe. If that's Chloe, who's this one? Damn, they look the fucking same. The makeup is the goddamn same. Kim Kardashian, obviously. I don't even know. I literally don't know who that is. This is Chloe. This is what are the names? Chloe, Kim, Kourtney Kardashian. No idea. Same exact nose.
Why are they bad influences? Because they're currently a strong representative face.
50 women versus one NFL player. Oh, I've seen a lot of these videos. Yeah, these videos are pretty standard. 20 women versus one rapper. Bobby Shmurda? Fuck, I kind of want to watch that. 10 women in costumes versus one rapper. Elite Shoppa. Blind dating based off of tattoos. Lil Meech. I guess it's entertainment. Makes money.
So black culture. And what does that look like? Niggas that are loud, borderline obnoxious, and occasionally partake in some other asinine shit. There's a level of entertainment to it, definitely. But now to the point to where it promotes a class of ignorance and chicanery.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying the entertainers that we put onto a pedestal didn't work hard for that platform.
Yeah.
Being born black automatically forces you into a system of adversity, bias, profiling, discrimination, social, economical, and political injustice. The problem lies in the idea of how they further push black capitalist agendas, disorder, and further exemplify this heat haze of this neo-American dream.
Yeah, so he's saying, like, with... Sorry, that was my text tone. My dad texted me. He's saying, with great power comes great responsibility. It's entertainment, we get it, and we understand, but once you have these platforms, you have to be careful. And I think Kai fucked up once and, like, threw this huge party and it was a big problem. And I think that's what he's using as an example of, like, you got to be responsible as a grown man. At the same time, to play devil's advocate, I love playing devil's advocate. It's my favorite game. I've thought about this for a long time, is making a series on YouTube where I simply play devil's advocate for things. Like, anything. And I'll probably take suggestions, because that'd be kind of sick. And that caused me to think really critically, which I think would be super, super fun. So, if you're watching this and you want that series, give me some topics to play devil's advocate for, and I'll probably do them, because I think that'd be really, really fun. Anyways, Kai threw this party once, and he fucked up, and it was a trash fest, and the people, like, trashed the city or the area they're in or whatever. But to play devil's advocate, bro, I mean, how the fuck was he going to know that was going to happen? He's learning, and he knew, and he apologized, and he was like, yeah, my fault. Like, it's the first time I threw this. Whoops. So, I mean, plus, Kai is like 21. He's young. I'll just keep watching.
And don't worry, it's not just the streamers that are pushing this bullshit out. It's the rappers and other quote-unquote content creators.
Okay. Austin McBroom. I don't even want to associate with this dude.
Also, they've all had some hand in creating this image of who we are becoming and who we are being grouped with.
I will say these videos are kind of corny, but they're entertaining. So it's like...
via association fallacy. You see, let's say when someone like Jake Paul says something dumb or goes on to make a fool of himself, that's on him. That's only and largely on him. But when a black Vine stars or KSI found it funny to pander to a white man's perception of us, that ignorance is reflected upon all of us.
Yeah. Like you represent you. Fuck. Sorry. Oh, he asked me to come over for Easter weekend. Definitely, bro. Are you kidding me? Fuck. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, he's saying, regardless of what black people do, like you represent the whole race. Which I guess could be argued. White people represent the whole race, but kind of like only in the realm of prejudice, where if a white person says something to you that's racist, you'll look at all white people a certain way, which is I think part of the problem, where black people need to kind of have some grace, is what I was saying in one of my previous videos, is where black people need to have grace for white people, and not stereotype them all into one category because of one bad experience. I digress. He is right. You represent your race, period, when you go out and you do things and you act and you present yourself to the world. That's definitely true.
I don't even like watermelon. What these creators sometimes forget is that their blackness is their brand identity, and it contributes to their exposure, which makes any departure from what you have established a costly venture both in business and social awareness. In other words,
wait, say that again?
Is their brand identity.
Is it for these two? I don't know. I feel like if you push your blackness, then yeah, it's your brand identity. But I don't know if I don't know. Their blackness is their brand identity. I think primarily for Speed, his brand identity is kind of being crazy and being unpredictable. I've never watched a single KSI video, I'm not gonna lie, so I can't comment on him. But I'd say second place, yeah, is Speed is black, you know.
And it contributes to their exposure, which makes any departure from what you have established a costly venture both in business and social awareness. In other words, if your foundation is built upon you acting like a then your reputation will persist as long as you maintain the image of a Let me state,
true.
The content creators I mentioned are not that. These guys, however, Lord Jesus, shame is free. What we've created now is a status quo to black success in the social media space. But what people seem to forget is that all of us are replaceable. We exist until our contracts run out, and then they construct another one of us to take center stage and help big companies fuel their pockets and keep us on the lower stratum of the social class blinded and entertained. It's a nasty system, and none of your gods give a damn about it because the money and opportunity that comes with it are far too lucrative to pass up. Now, I know ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit, Sharif, because if I was in their position, would I take the money too? I can't definitively say I wouldn't.
Right,
as much as
you know what I
I
mean?
most definitely would. But the point I'm trying to make is that why is it every time a majority of major black creators rise to prominence, they do next to nothing purposeful to better educate their audience that we are not to be pigeonholed into this niche that certain people wrote the blueprint for? When was the last time a nigga told you to read a book and you did it? When was the last time a nigga told you to read a book?
What books are these? Dude, whoa. I've never even... Okay, so I've heard of The Art of War. I haven't heard of Nonviolent Communication. I haven't heard of this book by Plato. Can't even really see it because the title's covering it. The Book of Five Rings, a classic text on the Japanese way of the sword. The Supreme Doctrine. Psychological Studies in Zen Thought. Wow. The Miseducation of the Negro, an African-American heritage book. The Saboteur at Work. How the unconscious mind can sabotage ourselves. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Dude, these are really good recommendations. I'm gonna like this video just for these recommendations. Damn.
And you
I think the 48 Laws of Power is a pretty good book.
did it. Side note.
I also like Robert Greene in general.
Please free my people from these motherfucking podcasts. I swear to Anubis, y'all jump on for an hour and a half and be talking about a whole bunch of nothing.
Bro, they do talk, like, dude, niggas talk about nothing sometimes. Like, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Especially if they get famous for being entertaining and then start a podcast, or making music and then start a podcast, or doing something. It's interesting.
I don't want to hear about why niggas ain't shit. I don't want to hear about your uneducated and internally racist opinions about black women. I don't want to hear about how many times you got cheated on. I don't want to hear about your boof-ass real estate scheme with an over-exaggerated portfolio. I don't want to hear about what Blueface and Krishan did. Some of y'all gotta
Literally,
realize you don't have the personality to listen to for 10 minutes, let alone a whole ass hour. Let's keep it a stack fifth. So, contextually speaking, just because you can do something, that doesn't mean you should. And I know I could be coming across as a hater, but I'm not a hater. I am an iconoclast.
A what? Dude, nice vocab word. Holy shit. A person who attacks cherished beliefs or institutions. That's a solid fucking vocab word, man. That's a W. Nice. Wait, where's the video? Here. Nice, nice, nice. Now let's see what comments we got. It's definitely not a good So we gotta I think it's important, some final thoughts of mine. I think it's important to separate entertainers and influencers because a lot of the times they get put into the same category. And that's dangerous because then entertainers can influence you and you don't want that. So as long as you could recognize, the difference, I think you'll generally be fine.